The long-awaited Bitcoin update is here. So a bunch of things happened. I have not been here. I've actually been in Paris Blockchain Week and I've been traveling a lot, and I'm gonna travel today as well. So that's why I did not update you on a lot of things that happened. And also, quite frankly, I've got a little bit tired. I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video. But ultimately, there are a lot of things happening. One of the most important things is that I'm still not buying it. I'm telling you that there is going to be boots on the ground. I do think there's going to be an invasion. I do think that the markets won't like it. I do think that the market is pricing in a ceasefire, or has been pricing in a ceasefire. I do think that today's open, New York Open, is going to be a bloodbath. And I do think that this is nothing else but a trap for retail. This is an elevator down, staircase up, which eventually will result in a staircase down as well. So ultimately, I am looking for short positions, but there is an opportunity to take longs as well. Let me run through it. A couple of things. One is the following. If you look at the daily time frame, this came back to 50%, right? Markets always retrace 50%. You can look at this from any angles, 50%. You can look at this lag 50%. You can look at this lag 50%. So I've been running through this a lot of times, if you've been following the channel, that 50% is where the market always retraces. Once that happened, you want to look for, if you're shorting, you want to look for a premium zone, which is above the 50%. And if you're longing, you want to look below, which is the discount zone. Always want to buy in discount, always want to sell in premium. It's very simple. So when you have a 50% retrace, especially after on a daily chart, you want to see a 4-hour or an hourly market structure shift. In this scenario, this would be considered, even though there is no 3 consecutive candles, I would consider this a very strong 4-hour low, because this was the level that resulted in liquidity taken both in these double tops. It came right into this higher time frame order block. So this level down here is a very, very, very strong level. Meaning, if this plays out, which I think it will, that means that is GG, and we're coming back targeting all these order blocks, which could result in a bounce, but liquidity draw is most likely down here at about $65,000, and then possibly even wick this through about sub 60. So this is what I'm ultimately looking for, and for that I need to see a 4-hour market structure. Now, whether that market structure happens like this, which I think it's most likely, because if you look at the hourly, there is already an hourly market structure shift here, a clear market structure shift on the hourly. So either it just comes back to this OB and rejects from there with a 15-minute market structure shift. This is one of my triggers for a massive short position. Or it doesn't do a 15-minute market structure shift and it comes all the way higher here, all the way into this order block, and does a rejection around here after the 50% retrace. This is also very likely, so I don't know which one is going to happen. But whenever a 15-minute market structure shift is happening, I am going to short this. I'm actually going to let you know in the community. There is this Telegram community, join in. I just post my thoughts, link in the description. So basically what happens is I do believe we're going lower. So there is a 1-hour market structure shift, but also I want to say that this whole thing was the result of the ceasefire, which lasted 2 days, and then the US just bombed an Iranian commercial oil tanker. So I mean, it's kind of, or torpedoed. So it's kind of, escalating, and I do believe again that there will be boots on the ground. So a short is due, especially we're up in the daily higher, a daily premium zone. From there, there was a level that took massive liquidity, which is down here at about 73,300. I'm gonna look at a total in a second. There is a 1-hour market structure shift already indicating that we are going to see a dump. So either, I'm actually also thinking about, we'll see what happens today. I'm traveling as well, but ultimately I'm also considering taking a short position. This would not be a stupid short position at all. You can also put the stop loss up above this order block up here. So if you look here, and keep these at a 5-6% stop loss and target all the way down here at sub 60,000. This is what I am considering doing, but I'm rather going to wait for a market structure shift and then take it going based on that. I will let you know in the community when I do so. Why do I say that there can be long positions? The reason is because if you look at the hourly, if you look at the 4-hour chart, there's no clear breakdown here, and there is a 15-minute market structure shift to the upside and a 50% retrace. So if you look at this is a clear 15-minute market structure shift, and then there's a retrace. So ultimately, I can see this start pushing and taking liquidity on the hourly chart, all this built up. So it can come back to the 50% leg of the hourly, which would be at around, it actually might come back to this OB at 76,000. Yeah, it comes back to this OB, potentially VIX through, makes a market structure shift between 76 and 76,500, somewhere here, and then rejecting. That is the most likely scenario in my opinion. So you could potentially play longs as well. I'm just not confident doing that. Macro is not showing that. The chart is not saying that. So I'm just not taking long positions. Oil, I have taken an oil long throughout the week, and I actually have shorted this up here, but that was a very, very clear market structure shift here. Very clear. Look at this. On the 15-minute, I mean, this could not be clearer. You have a 4 consecutive candles, close above, come down. This is where I actually shorted the market. I shorted it all the way down here, and I didn't share it. I'm going to tell you why I didn't, and we're going to get to that in a second. But ultimately, I have done that, and I have longed oil as well. So I have longed oil down here. I do think that there is going to be a great opportunity for it to come back. I longed it at about 87. Somewhere here on 2-bit. So that let me just see. Actually, I don't think I'm logged in. So I longed it around here, but I do believe that whatever drop happens on oil is a drop too long, and I do think that oil is coming back, filling this gap at least 102, but rather taking all this at 110. I do think oil is in for a great rally. This is not even close to being over. We're going to see how it goes. And then I wanted to share with you as well, the TA session is done, so if you want to leave, that's fine. But if you want to watch this further, a lot of people actually DM me, and they're like, Fed, there was no update on Friday. First of all, I was traveling. Second, I'm a little bit sick. But third, I'm a little bit tired. And that's the truth. Not only because of the nature of the market, but also because I genuinely, I was sitting and thinking a lot, and I saw these people taking stop losses, and I gave a trade, and then people take it and they get liquid, and I somehow had a feeling of like, you know, the only reason why we do it is because we want to help the community. That's genuinely why I do every show a day. This community, 15,000 members, guys, people are charging, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of the alpha that I share in this free community. Free. And so getting these accusations of like, oh, you're rugging your community, this and that, and I get liquidated, I actually had a thought of like, you know, whether that makes any sense what we're actually doing, or we just do more damage because people don't understand and they need more education. And so I kind of took a break, and I'm still on the verge of like, should I even continue doing this? To be very honest with you, without education, because people will always be wrecked and destroyed, and they will be destroyed elsewhere as well. But if you don't have proper risk management, if you're not listening to what I'm saying, and you just go on your own thing and you do your own thing, and then you come and complain, that screws with my brain, that screws with your brain, and it liquidates you. And there's no point in doing that. So I have taken a short position. I have taken the oil long. The reason, again, why I haven't told you is because I just took this break. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Like, genuinely, it's not just, hey, let me know in the comment section. I'm reading all the comments as well. So just let me know if we should keep doing these updates, and if they help, and what you think, and you know, all that. If good news, bad news, whatever that is. But that's the honest truth, and I told you from the very beginning, the past 3 years we've been together here, is that I can do one thing and be transparent and just be honest with you. And this is the honest truth. So I am still considering, I'm gonna go travel to an institutional meetup. I'm gonna do that as well, and then we're gonna get back here. I'm gonna read the comments, and then we're gonna reevaluate what we're doing. But I see that we need more education, and people just simply don't. I also need to sit back, and you know, I know we're gonna get a lot of comments, fuck the haters, which is fine. It's just, you know. Anyway, I think I've spent way too much time on this. Much love to you guys. Ultimately, I am looking for a short position. I do think the first signal for the short is there. 1 hour break. I do think we're gonna get a retrace, and then from there on, a massive smash down in New York Open. So be alert. I'm actually gonna be flying. I'm gonna be landing just before New York Open. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Let me know in the comments. Ciao, ciao.